it back, run it up, run it back, run it up, then run it back.
Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Run It Back. Oh,
that's a background,
that's
Louie.
a background, Lou. Now
you guys are bullies. You're bullies.
Actually, I'd like to argue that. Bullying would have been keeping the picture behind you and making fun of that. That would have been bullying.
Lou, is that what Winnie...
I got to get my nail moved down a little bit.
By the way, look.
Is that what Winnie looks like? Be honest.
I got my Winnie and Leroy sweater on.
No, Winnie's my buddy. No Winnie slander today.
Yay! Thanks you for
just
closing my computer. You're such a
sorry
turd.
about that.
Ryan Russillo will be on the show later. I can't deal with him. You know, we do have some basketball from last night, but the first story is really a bit of a bummer, quite frankly. Kyrie...
This doesn't look good, man. This does not look good at all. I hope the MRI comes back clean, but I think a meniscus or something even minor like that is a win in this situation. I hope it's nothing season-ending, but talking to some people, talking to some medical guys, it doesn't look good, and I fear that it's going to be something that might put him out for the season.
Lou, I don't even have words anymore at this point. It's like it can't get worse, and then it does each and every day. What did you think?
Yeah, I can't agree more with Chandler. Like that's not cool. We can't blame everything on this Luka trade. At some point, we're gonna have to move on, and we're gonna have to place responsibility where it deserves to be. This is basketball, and unfortunately, things like this happen. That's the nature of the game. Guys go down with injuries. Guys have to play extended minutes. Like, you know, Luka was out an extended period of time last year, and Kyrie Irving was playing. You know, this is the norm, especially when you're coming out of the All-Star break and everybody's trying to make that push to get into a solidified playoff spot. Like your star guys, you're going to want them on the floor and competing at a high level and playing a lot of minutes. So that has nothing to do with this trade. His workload was going to pick up regardless, being in the position that they were in. So wishing that this isn't a season-ending thing. I hope this is something that's temporary. He can get back on the floor and continue on with his career.
I mean, look, he was averaging in the month of February more minutes than every Knicks starter, which is also, by the way, how we gauge now whether or not a guy is playing too many minutes or more minutes. And we don't know the severity of it yet. I'm sure we'll get word of that soon. Let's say he is out for an extended period of time, Lou. What's the plan now? What does Dallas do?
They just got to get some better production from other guys. You know, you look last night, Dante Exum didn't have his best night. Spencer Dinwiddie didn't have his best night. You know, these are guys that are getting 12 to 14 shots at the basket a night. They're going to have that. So we talk about a workload, like a guy like a Spencer Dinwiddie, he's going to have to go up to 15, 20 shots a night and be that scoring punch that they need. He's probably going to get inserted into this starting lineup or one of the other guys, maybe Najee Marshall or somebody like that. But they're going to need a lot of guys to step in. They're still in the 10th place, so they're very active, still in a position to win 2 games and be in a playoff position. So this is not a team that you're going to see that's going to fold that 10 up and take it home right now. They're going to keep trying to push forward and get into a solidified playoff spot, give themselves an opportunity, and try to give these guys a chance to get back. Hopefully it's something minor where you look at a Kyrie Irving where he's out 2 to 3 weeks where you can get him back. Anthony Davis is still out on a limb. And so if you have an opportunity to try to get your star guys back, that gives you a great opportunity to compete, especially in the postseason when you're already in that position.
Yeah, and that would be a win if Kyrie's only out that amount of time, I think. But again, this isn't like a Philadelphia situation, right, where they're just garbage. Sit people, they're going to tank. They're still – Anthony Davis will be back. P.J. Washington will be back. Those bigs are going to come back here. And, again, knock on wood that this MRI comes clean here for Kyrie Irving. But they have enough to win. Like Lou said, Spencer Dinwiddie, Jayden Hardy, Dante Exum, these guys are going to now be thrown into this role. Klay Thompson, you're there. Again, he's not like kind of create his own shot, but he should be taking 15 to 20, 25 shots now with these guys out. So they're going to have to find it from somewhere else. But it really is. It's hard not to look at the trade. Like, think about since that trade, AD's out, all the bigs out, Kyrie's out. And meanwhile, it's hard not to look across the standings and see the Lakers rolling, and they're the 2 seed. And it's just an unprecedented fall from grace. They were in the finals 9 months ago, and now obviously these injuries are unpredictable. And I feel for Kyrie Irving, I feel for Anthony Davis, but these are 2 guys that are in their mid-30s that have had a history of injury. That's a risk to me. Guessing that Luka Doncic at 25 years old is not going to be good when he's their age, that's a crazy guess too. But We've seen it before. So that's a huge risk, a huge bet. We've talked about this since the trade, and it obviously hasn't worked out for health issues. We know how good they can be when they're healthy, but man, they just can't catch a break.
It is shocking how it all just came crashing down. Like, it's one thing to maybe make this trade and they don't play well. It's another thing to just have everyone's hurt. And it's just, and they have a little cushioning because the Suns are behind them.
They have no chance right now with Kyrie Irving out. This can't be.
When's AD back? Do we know?
We don't know exactly, but it's again, they had enough to stay afloat with Kyrie, but man, if he goes down, it's tough.
Yeah, and Chandler, they're a game and a half away from the 6th seed. Like,
right.
There's still a window for them to survive this. You just need the guys like you just mentioned, man. You got Klay Thompson over there. Klay had 2 points last night. We got to get going. Spencer Dinwiddie didn't have his best night. Dante Exum, Najee Martin. These guys didn't have their best nights, but if they can get it going, they might be able to survive this turbulence right now that they're going through with these guys being out, if they can click and figure it out. But since that trade, man, it's been a lot of bad juju in the Dallas Mavericks. For the Dallas Mavericks organization, been a lot of bad juju. If they can get these guys to buy in and buy into each other and try to right this ship and survive until these guys get back, I think they put themselves in a pretty good position still. I still got hope.
The only unfortunate thing is, again, they're game and a half out of the 6th seed, but they have the Clippers, Warriors, Timberwolves, Kings that are all kind of rolling besides the Clippers. If I'm the Phoenix Suns, I'm like, okay, I'm only 3.5 games behind them now to even sneak in the play-in. So, again, they have to tread lightly here because they could just as easily go the other way, depending on the time frame of how long these guys are going to go out.
I don't know. You giving Suns credit? I mean,
no, but I'm saying if I'm the Suns, I'm saying, okay, our season's been a disaster. Maybe if Kyrie Irving's out for the rest of the season, maybe that's our last chance to pull this together.
That is so sad. By the way, I'm glad
I'm done hoping with this.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm not doing any of that.
There's a glimmer.
But the Western Conference this is going to be fun. We got a little more 20 or so games left for most teams. 5 teams at the moment within a game and a half of each other. So the play-in, I know there were mixed emotions when we first came up with this whole thing, but I am excited about it, Chandler. We could have the greatest play-in tournament of all time.
It's going to be awesome. And the play-in was such a home run. Like to have an elimination, our little March Madness version of the NBA. It's great. And these 4 teams, again, barring health injuries from the Mavs, Kings look great. They've been on fire lately. Zach LaVine's coming off Player of the Week. Timberwolves are starting to figure it out. Anthony Edwards obviously has got to figure out some stuff. He's got to control his emotions a little bit, but that's the most talented team in this kind of 6 to 7 to 10 range. And the Warriors, we know how good they've been since the addition of Jimmy Butler, so they're all right there. The Clippers are kind of the team I worry about. They're the team that's, I think, they could end up literally missing the playoffs because that's from 7 to 10 right there. They're so solid, and if Dallas can find a way to get some health, but it's going to be awesome because I wouldn't even know who to pick. I don't even know what the spreads would be right now. Obviously, we're still a couple ways out, but it's going to be highly competitive, and all those guys have no reason to tank. All those guys are kind of built to win right now, so it's going to be great.
And this is the time